What the fuck is this piece of shit?
Huh. Okay. Trauma is not always the reason we are plural. There's a chance it might be. So please be respectful about the subject until you know, and
What?
even after. We can be triggered like anyone else.
Shut the hell up.
Oh. Plurality and multiplicity is not always a disorder. Not all headmates are dangerous. Not all systems are unstable. We've been dealing with this for longer than you've known us. Respect that. We might have identities you are completely unfamiliar with, be it in regards to gender, race, species, or something else entirely.
You people make me envy the deaf and the blind!
Please respect that we know what we are, whether you've heard of it before or not.
Wait a minute. Hold up. Species. What? You can be an entirely different species? Hold up, yo. They can rewrite DNA. Their cars from battle tendency. Oh my god. They rewriting DNA? We can change our species?
My old nemesis, I see how
Yo,
entrancing
that is wild. That is wild. And these people really think this. Like this is not a joke. This was not a joke. Look, there's a whole blog. Look, they have a whole etiquette policy. Like, you're reading it, you're looking at it. Yo, all of us are people. Yo.
All of us are people. Now wait a minute.
Yo.
I don't want to offend anybody here, but didn't you just say 3 spaces above you that your identities could be anything in regards to gender, race, species, or something else
So how are you
entirely?
people?
So technically, not all of you are people. I don't know. I'm getting confused. Hopefully your amazing Tumblr will help me through this, so I don't offend any of you. Now, just based on this, you might be thinking, huh, this sounds completely fucking crazy. You would be right.
That's because it fucking
But to really
is.
drive that point home, let's get to know the team. There's a team that runs
Meet
this
the
Tumblr,
team?
and I
What?
think we should meet them.
Hold on.
If you,
Team Fortress 2?
individual, excuse me, I am being so insensitive. A few of the systems that run this Tumblr. We've got Plurs, Plurez, Plurs, something like that. Plures. Throw it out there, figure it out yourself. We're a medium-sized natural origin system. Our most active frontrunners are Carrie, Hess, M, and Noel. We tend to discuss plurality with an emphasis on philosophical definitions of personhood and the complexities of plurality with materialistic, skeptical worldviews. We run a website about plurality, ex uno plurs. We've been in the plural community for over 4 years,
plural
and we were
community.
formerly known as the Fen Group before changing our system name to Plurs in 2011. How about the House
Jesus,
of Asgard?
2011.
A rather large group containing fictives, non-humans, a subsystem. and
Non-humans?
we are naturally conceived with a history of trauma. We are not diagnosed with dead. However, we have symptoms. We like to consider a lot of our identity to be in the gray area. Main fronter is Lucas, non-human canine, male pronouns. You can find a list of all of our members on our About Us page.
Non-human
All aboard the
canine.
Crazy train, next stop, Batshit Central Station.
You ain't never lied, Metokur.
Now, Living Plural isn't the only Tumblr you'll find this on. In fact, Headmates are all over Tumblr. It's got its own little subculture, its own little community built up around it. People support it, and they put it forward as a great and unique lifestyle.
No, that doesn't
And
sound
I mean,
great and unique.
this is real, right? This is totally legitimate. These aren't people who are just creating something fantastical to try to make their lives a little more interesting because they're either socially isolated or bored or don't have a lot of friends, and so they seek to try to make themselves different or unique by creating something that's truly extraordinary and then acting as if it were real. No, that couldn't possibly be it.
I know how to angle myself with the rest of the men, do you see? That's why I did that to Sue. That's why I did that to Aunt Ethel, you know. And I wanted Fritz and all of them to know, the praying mantis and the spider and the grasshopper, to know that I think it's very important that we act badly, but I think it's very important that we act in reality of what makes the world go round. You know, you're liable to go sliding off the curb into your death on a man that can't control himself. So really, the endless wins, whether it's no or yes. So I think bulk sometimes wins. In some of the cases, you know, the very agile cases, the bulk wins. But I think the most important thing, the devil can do is to self-sacrifice and coordinate the Kmart walk so pleasure can be evened out.
Now that gentleman's name is Bob. That was from an HBO documentary about schizophrenia.
Jesus.
You can see how disjointed his conversation is. He has to live with his parents. His life is so fucked up over his condition, even with treatment, that he can't really function on a day-to-day life.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
even with medication,
who had a high
like, you're still, it's like your life's going to be extensively difficult. Like, unless you have proper support from your family, your friends, like, your life is going to be, I just cannot fathom having to just have that kind of life where it's like, I'm not even in true control of myself. There can be no greater terror than that, than to know that you're in a driver's seat, but you're not the one driving. That has got to be frightening above all other notions, except for, of course, death. That's got to be horrifying to know that you're not yourself. That I can think of I can't fathom any other fear greater than that. That is just crazy to me. God, that is crazy. And these people are pretending like it's cool. Like, that is not cool, like, at all. Like, oh my God.
Intellect, who was into, different kinds of sports, and it was completely cut off at the knees for him. This isn't some great thing. This isn't some grandiose thing for him. He doesn't blog about how fucking fun it is. He doesn't talk about the voices he hears as headmates. It has ruined his life. Let's take a look at another example.
I get to the point where I don't want to live anymore because the mental process of the mind takes over.
Exactly, I can see.
When I think I'm doing good for a while, something mental takes over, and it scares me.
When's the last time you felt good?
I don't remember. It's killing me. It's keeping me from having a boyfriend, keeping me from driving. It's killing me. I just believe if somebody's been suffering years ago, they should take an OD and die, because
Jesus.
Psychologically, they may not want to take the OD, but to get out of their misery, they might. They fight it every night. And every day, he's always fighting with me. Michael's always fighting with me. Drop dead, geek, retarded bitch. Oh.
Now, what she's saying is pretty accurate. A lot of people who have these conditions, the real conditions, kill themselves.
Yeah.
It's not a fucking game. The suicide rate is anywhere from 30 to 50%.
30 to 50%.
Full-blown schizophrenia.
30 to 50%. That is mind-boggling. That is crazy. 30 to 50%.
And they vary, obviously, country to country and year to year. But it's a serious thing. I mean, she, is talking about suicidal ideation and about the voices she hears. Now, when these people talking about headmates are writing and blogging about how fantastic this is, and they're talking about, so-and-so is fronting and we're having conversations and they're fighting with each other, they make it sound like it's fun or like it's two people in a room having a conversation. The voices she hears aren't like that. All right? She's being called a bitch and a cunt and a geek and a retard. Can you just imagine that? Imagine somebody being in the same room as you and screaming at you and calling you horrible names and they won't fucking stop. Are you going to go on Tumblr and blog about how fucking fun that is?